Warning, all characters in any improvised games are fictional and do not support the views of anyone in this podcast.
There were 3 failing actors and they decided to make a podcast, and here it is.
Yo, 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 yo.
Back
again. Thank you for listening to it. Like, you've got this far in the process. I'm impressed. I'm Jordan Matthews.
I'm Jack Cherry.
I'm Victor Butt.
And we're the 3 failing actors. Up first, we have an advert from our favourite sponsor.
Dear God, thank you for your creations that be. Thank you for the burst of flavour inside a healthy, balanced banquet. Thank you for the fruit that makes you feel good and look good. Thank you for Graham's grapes, each sold separately. Amen.
That's again, if you haven't tried Graham's grapes, they are.
I'm eating some now.
I'd say holy shit.
One thing Graham knows how to do. Grow a grape.
So, for our first proper segment is Topic of the Week.
Topic of the week. Week.
So we have some exciting news this week for Topic of the Week. We're no longer 3 failing actors. We're 3 only just about failing.
We're hanging on.
We're clinging on.
Well, the topic of the week this week is this week we got the opportunity to do a, how would you describe it?
Scratch night.
Yeah, like a scratch night,
Yeah.
a scratch night down in Worthing at the Cellar Arts Club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? It was.
Yeah, so we.
It was. I think the Academy would really love.
So
what
it was a
we did.
it was a comedy night, and there's various acts from kind of around Worthing, and we wrote kind of a small comedy scene,
A sketch.
and then performed it, and it went down really well.
Yeah, all round well received, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good. Got some good. Well, we didn't even get much feedback afterwards. It was just kind of positive stuff when we kind of spoke about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's like a good sign.
Yeah.
We're hoping to go back there again.
Well, we're in touch with them now, and it like.
Contacts.
Yeah, really good contacts. What I found so impressive about it was that the door leading into it looked like something in Amsterdam, like you'd go into a dark basement
yeah.
and have sex with a stranger for money. But it wasn't. I was surprised.
It wasn't? It wasn't? Oh.
Perceived the wrong idea.
It's a really cool venue. They've got a little bar down there, and the whole place is run not for profit, isn't it?
It's a non-profit, which is really so. All the members run it, and you pay. I looked it up. So you pay £20 a year annually to be a member, and then you can go to free shows. You have to pay to see some stuff. If you're not a member, you have to pay to see everything. But I think members get real priority, and it's just run by a really lovely group of people who are trying to like bring more art, yeah, more arts, more theatre and arts.
Recently, from my housemate, that Worthing's doing a festival soon. It's not the Brighton Fringe, but it's like their own version.
Really?
Which should be exciting. It's the first year they're running it, so hopefully it will be able to attract quite a lot of people.
Okay, well, let's make a note.
Yeah, I need to
that
remember the
right
name
now.
of it. I remember what it's called now, but that'd be exciting to do.
Well,
So what was your guys' favourite performance we saw there? Not our own one, obviously. We can't brag, too much.
We saw a lot of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Yep. I enjoyed the stand-up comedies which were highly persona-based.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the ones that really indulge in the personas. It's hard to... Yeah.
I like the murder one. The guy that was talking about why you shouldn't
that
murder.
was so good, yeah.
I think it's not just what he was saying, but the whole character behind it.
Mhm.
Like, they're not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
He had a whole sort of like awkward but not
Yeah,
awkward
yeah.
persona. Yeah.
yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got to say my cousin's was my favourite, because if not, she'd probably
The
stab
Queen.
me.
The Queen was really funny,
But she
though.
was really good as well.
she
Yeah,
played it
was
so
great.
well.
Yeah.
She played that character like not. It wasn't so over the top where you were like, oh god, okay. But it was. I think it was just enough for the laughs to get in.
To get in.
And the after comments on
and the after comments were.
basically she took notes, wrote down what you about Pete's write about himself, and
Yeah.
she would comment which is
Oh, you had to
Yeah,
apply to be a prince, didn't
Yeah,
you?
Yeah, so
yeah,
she was trying to find her Prince Charming, so she hands out leaflets at the start, which people wrote down answers on, and she took them and improvised with the answers basically.
Yeah, and she's quite quick with the improv as well, which
It
is
was
really,
quick-witted, wasn't it? It was,
Yeah,
I
it
like
was.
quick-witted
I
stuff
can
as
see
well.
it. I can see it runs in the family.
No idea what you're talking about.
I mean, some of the pieces weren't as strong as others.
That's always going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for those who don't know what Scratch Night is, basically it gives you an opportunity to kind of show 10 to 15 minutes of work you've been working on to
Further
the
develop.
audience as well, but also the other actors who are performing, directors and whatnot, so you can get feedback and then develop it further.
Yeah. It's an important thing. We need to do more of those. Even if
Yeah.
we set them up with the Cellar Arts Club for more people to come. I think that's important.
Yeah.
They seemed really that woman was really, really buzzed that we were not a part of the university
That was
guys
doing it
that
there
were
as well,
there.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
like, oh, okay, young people that want to get involved in what we're doing
Yeah.
here. They had a reggae night on last night. I didn't go. I was really tempted. They had like an acoustic reggae set.
Oh,
Are
that's
they
pretty
open?
good.
Yeah,
Like,
all the time.
they're
Yeah.
always open?
They
Yeah.
got an event
Or
like
do they always-
almost every day.
Yeah.
Or do they
pretty
have to
much.
have an event to be open?
No, they're open
Just
all the
open?
time. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, guys, go check out that venue if you got a chance. It's really good.
Mm.
You can follow them on Facebook and it shows all their events as well.
Yeah.
So you might see us on there at some point.
We will.
Little event.
We will definitely be there.
We'll be up there.
Okay,
That's cool.
look for that.
So up next we have Situation Escape.
Escape, 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 escape.
So you all know by now, but I'll recap it just in case. This section is my favourite section every week. And the rules are, one of us gets put into a situation by the other two and has to improvise and escape out of said situation. Last week we had Victor, I believe, on a game show
Oh yeah.
where he had to rescue a cat.
The cat,
Yeah.
and you did it so gracefully.
And he did it.
You did it so
And he did
well.
it, and he succeeded.
Yeah.
It was very impressive, and there's a nice little twist at the end where he appeared back on the game show. So quite like
Yeah.
At the very end, it turns out the whole thing was like a big.
yeah.
It's part of the game
Yeah,
show,
yeah.
which is that was really quick.
I titled that episode "The Price Is Wrong."
So if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen
Yeah,
to
that
it.
was
'cause it's super
really good.
clever. Super clever.
And this week it's my turn to be
Yeah,
put in a situation.
It is. That
So
it
so
is.
far, I think in the past I have made it to a kebab store
Mm.
from a brothel.
Yeah.
Was one of
With
mine.
your socks.
With my just all I had was socks, didn't I?
Yeah.
Or did I not have socks? Was that the one thing missing? Was my socks?
No, I thought you only. Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah, because
missing
it was,
your socks.
it was you who had
Yeah,
socks.
yeah.
I've done that.
Because I don't know if you've gathered, if you're still listening this far in, but
Socks are running.
socks are an on-running theme.
And I've escaped kind of a mafia hostage situation.
Yeah, you killed all those people.
I killed everyone.
You killed all
Yeah,
those
my
guys.
plan was when in doubt to kill everyone.
Oh,
like, it
I
worked quite
totally
well as
forgot
well.
about that.
Yeah, I kind of escaped using a jar of dirt, kind of so Jack Sparrow-esque.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
I felt it.
it's my turn again, so I'm ready.
Your
I am-
turn this week.
I am ready.
All right.
Right.
Do you want me to go for it?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
just
sure,
you
man.
lead it up.
You wake up in your one-bedroom house, one-bedroom bungalow in Dorchester.
Yeah. Dorchester.
You get up,
Yeah.
about to brush your teeth in the mirror,
Mhm.
as you're doing your Morley daily routine,
Mhm.
one day in life,
Mhm.
working at the pencil sharpener store,
Yeah.
and
Dreams do come true.
you look at your face and you realise that's not your face.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's a baby's face
Oh well,
And you
shaved then.
and a baby's head. That's not your head.
Yeah.
It's just so I've got a baby's head where my head is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you hear a grown-up crying in the distance.
Oh fuck. Okay. So I'm in my bathroom right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna look around for a razor.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you find one.
Cool.
Not like a razor blade.
Oh,
You
shit.
like a shaving razor.
That's better than
So
nothing.
the fixed like mini blades in it.
That's better than nothing. I'll take that.
Yeah. Alright.
And then I'm gonna head towards. I'm gonna head out of my bathroom
Uh-huh.
and head towards the sound of a crying adult.
Okay. You walk into the kitchen. You hear the crying adult. You
Yeah.
look at it dead in the eye, and it's a baby with Jordan's face
Oh shit! Yeah.
planted.
So
A baby's with a Jordan-sized head on
is
a
it?
baby.
Is it still crying?
It's crying. It's
yeah.
crying your voice. It's going wah wah
Yeah.
wah. I'm not sure how you would cry, but
That's
That's
basically
I
it.
feel that's a good
That's
interpretation.
pretty
Yeah.
much it. Okay, I'm gonna look around for. Well, first I'm trying to shut this baby up.
The baby's just wearing nappies and 2 pairs of socks.
Yeah.
Two pairs of socks.
2 pairs.
Do
of
I
socks.
recognise one of the pairs of socks as mine?
No.
No, I don't. Okay.
Neither of the pairs of socks that are on the baby's feet are yours.
Okay. Am I wearing socks?
They're baby socks.
I am.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
baby
wearing
socks.
baby socks.
I'm wearing baby socks. Okay. Don't know how they fit on, but that's cool. Cool. I'm gonna go up to the baby, and I'm gonna very awkwardly, kind of my arms as far away from my body as possible,
Okay.
pick it up
Right.
and just lightly shake it.
And then it looks at you dead in the eye and
Yeah.
starts like speaking in tongues. Starts.
Right. I'm gonna put the baby back down.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna search for a knife. Is there a knife in the kitchen?
So you open your kitchen, your drawer,
Yeah.
where you keep your knives, and all that's inside are pacifiers, like hundreds of
shit.
baby pacifiers.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get one out. I'm gonna kind of not shove it in the baby's mouth, but kind of
jam it in.
jam it a little bit to make it shut up,
Okay.
crying.
Okay, now it's got a pacifier in its
Is
mouth,
it- is
but
it
you can
cold?
still hear the
The
gurgling
alien
of tongues.
type gurgling.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm gonna search the kitchen for clues on what the hell happened last
Come on,
night.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look in all the cupboards.
Yeah, so you open a cupboard and there's just goo,
There's
unspecified
unspecified
goo in one
goo.
of the cupboards.
I'm gonna get one of the pacifiers out of the drawer
Yeah.
that where the knives are before,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna scoop up a bit of goo.
Okay.
Okay.
On the pacifier, yeah.
Yeah, into the pacifier.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh no, onto the
Yeah,
pacifier.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go back to the baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch pacifiers.
Oh,
he
he didn't like that.
didn't like it.
He didn't
so he's
like
like,
that,
as he
no.
spat it out.
His eyes start rolling back in his head.
They're my eyes as well. I want them
And
back.
then-
Like,
I know, and it's your face. So
Yeah.
this is probably quite a sensory overload at the moment.
yeah,
you know?
okay. I'm tripping out.
And you have a baby's head. So
Yeah,
it's quite a
so
lot going on.
everything's a bit much.
and it spits the pacifier out like goo around its face.
Yeah,
And it puts its head like directly up.
yeah.
Puts its head directly up to the ceiling and just starts like making what you can only assume is like a siren noise, like a calling noise.
Oh. Right, I'm gonna fucking. Oh, sorry, I don't want to knock a baby out.
It's a baby.
It's a baby. It's
And
my
oh,
face.
what's that in the distance? Your phone's ringing as well. Ring, ring.
Right,
Ring,
I'm
ring.
gonna shove the original pacifier the baby liked back into its mouth.
Okay, spits it out.
Oh, I'm just gonna.
Still screaming.
Right, I'm gonna put my hand over. It's my mouth technically,
Okay.
so I'm gonna jam my. Take off whatever clothes I'm wearing, like
Yeah.
top wise,
Yeah.
and shove it in the mouth.
Okay, so just think about what you said. Now you're topless with a
Yes.
screaming baby in
Yeah,
your
but
kitchen.
I've shoved my top into it over its mouth so
Okay.
it can't speak. It's on its nose, so I can still
Right,
breathe.
okay.
And I'm going to drag it to my phone, or carry it. It's a baby. I can carry
Right,
it.
you carry it.
Lightly and delicately carry the baby, the fucking alien baby, to my phone. I'm going to answer my phone with my other hand while I'm like loosely holding the baby.
Hey Jordan, it's Morris from the pencil sharpening store. You're not at work today. I don't know if you're ill or what.
Yeah, you could say that.
As you say that, you realise your voice sounds like a baby's voice.
Oh,
As you say that.
and yeah, does he answer that?
Is what you sound like.
Yeah. Does he answer that at all?
He said, "I didn't know you have a kid.
Well, what's
Can
this
you
guy-
pass me to your daddy,
What's
please?"
this guy's name again?
Morris.
I've always wanted to say this to Morris, but I haven't been able to before
Yeah,
to
okay.
put my own voice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell Morris to go suck a baby dick.
But all it comes out is because you're a baby. It just goes.
Oh, well, I'm going to say it anyway to spot. I'm going to shut the phone down.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to put the phone back up. Actually, I'm going to phone my good friend Jacko.
Okay, yeah. So you type the number in and the phone rings.
Yeah,
Ring, 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 ring,
I'm kind of bumping the baby up and down a bit because I've seen that on TV and I'm hoping it's calming it down.
ring, 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 ring. And he picks up the phone. Oh hey Jordan, what's how's it going?
Hey Jack, I know I sound like a baby right now, but you know I don't own a baby, so hopefully you'll find this creepy enough that you'll come round and help me.
And all I hear is a baby down the phone. I'm
Yeah.
like, huh, okay, I'll leave you to it if I can. And I take the phone away wherever I am, and I hang up and feel no remorse.
Well, I'm switching on my phone in my pocket because I'm not communicating with everyone. So I'm going to continue to search around
And the
the.
baby's still going. The baby like muffly is like
Okay, I'm gonna-
giving out. And then all of a sudden, while you're frantically looking around, there's a very slight at the door.
The door. Can I see through any of my windows to the front door?
No.
Do I have a little eye?
You do have a peephole.
Right, I'm gonna sneakily in my stealth socks.
Yeah.
Kind of creep up to the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna peep through the little spy hole.
Cool.
What you see is a badge, a name badge saying Bert's from Bert's Baby's Faces.
Right, that's a good sign.
Mhm.
So he must know. So I'm gonna open the door part way
Yeah.
and put the baby's face round the door so it looks like my face.
Okay. So you open the door and you show just the baby's face in the nook.
Which is
that
my
you've
face,
opened.
technically.
You've kind of jammed this baby's head between the wall
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing.
basically.
And
Bert says.
Bert says, "Oh, I see what we got here. We got us the old head switcheroony."
Oh, so you see, okay, I'm gonna open the door fully now because
Yeah.
it seems to be a cool guy. I'm gonna try and mimic to him,
Oh, geez, we got
screaming.
we got a real baby switcheroony header rooney going on in here. Come on, can I come in?
I'm gonna nod because I
Yeah.
can't speak.
Okay.
I still got his razor blade on me somewhere.
and,
don't
and
I,
he's
by
got
the
like a big
just in case.
toolbox with
Oh,
him.
okay.
He's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a big toolbox with him, and he'll take you into your front room and he'll sit you down. And he
Mhm.
tells you to put the baby down because
Yeah.
you've been carrying this baby around for quite a while.
Yeah, I don't trust it. It's making siren noises. I'm gonna point at it every time it makes a siren noise.
And he says,
Specific.
"Yep, no, yeah, that's where we got the call now."
Oh, okay, cool.
We got the call at HQ.
I thought it was like calling some aliens or some shit.
Now all I need you to do is sign on the dotted line, and he hands you like a opens his toolbox and takes out like a fucking huge stack of papers, like massive, and he's like, "You can read it all, or you can just sign it."
I'm gonna make this the most boring situation escape ever. I'm gonna read that shit.
You're gonna read that shit.
I'm gonna try and read
Okay,
that
so
shit.
as you flick through the
Yeah.
pages, quite rapid reading.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
500 words a second or whatever it is.
My usual pace.
Some of it's just jargon, just legal jargon. You can't sue if the baby exchange goes wrong. Da 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 da. And then you get to one of the final pages, and it says, as a footnote, it says, "Client may experience extreme diarrhea," but it doesn't tell you why. It just says it.
I mean, I'm probably willing.
And extreme is underlined and in italics and bold, so it has all three font changing keys on it.
I mean, there's a chance I won't experience it. Plus, for my face, I'm probably willing. My head, I'm probably willing to sacrifice the fact I'm gonna have to let loose my bowels.
And he says, "Okay,
Some-
just sign on the dotted line here," and he hands you a ridiculously sized pen. He takes out a massive, like, goofy pen out of his toolbox.
I'm gonna sign it, but I'm gonna sign it not with my signature.
Okay, and then he takes the big stack and he's flicking through all the pages, like, okay, great, all in order here, great, great, Still flicking through it because this is a big stack
This
of
is a big
paper.
stack,
This is a
yeah,
big
yeah.
stack of, yep, great, wonderful, great. And then he puts that back in his base and says, "Okay, all's in order here." And then he pulls out two little boxes.
Yeah.
Two tiny, like real small, tiny little boxes.
Those tiny boxes,
It says,
yeah.
"Okay, the medicine's in here. You and the baby have to take a pill at the same time, and
For fuck's sake, this is gonna
the
end
old,
on us how
the
getting
old
this
switcheroony's gonna happen."
Okay. So I'm gonna put one of the pills in my mouth and keep it in my mouth for a second,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna launch that other little pill down that baby's throat.
Okay, he's like struggling.
He's struggling. I'm just gonna shove it. Why does it say this big? He's probably got quite a big. Does he have like a baby's throat or my throat?
He has a baby's throat,
Oh,
dude.
damn
He's a
it.
baby.
Yeah, but he's got my face, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the pill and I'm gonna push it down its throat.
Okay, you've manually forced a pill down a baby's throat.
Yeah.
So
And
add that to the CV.
and then
And he swallows it.
then I'm gonna take my pill,
Mm-hmm.
grab what's the guy called?
More. Was it more?
But
That's
Can I
it.
shove the pill down his throat instead? I want to see this works. On
I mean,
proof.
you can do, yeah. I mean,
I'm
it's
gonna put it into his throat and hold my hands so he can't breathe until he swallows.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, some hole in there because I've got like Well, my hands. I don't have baby hands, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
Make him swallow the pill.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm
he
going to
starts,
observe.
and he just starts like convulsing and convulsing and convulsing, and
Is he gonna
going
shit?
mental and foaming at the mouth. And
Okay, yeah.
And then you hear like, ding, ding. Next shift for pencil sharpening at the pencil sharpening factory. Please report to the till, Jordan Matthews.
Okay, I'm going to...
And as you blink,
Yeah.
you're at work,
Yeah, oh god, yeah.
completely normal.
Yeah, the full-size head.
Yeah, full size head, full
Yeah.
size body, just like, and you start to wonder if everything that had just happened was true.
Mm-hmm.
And the boss comes up to you and says, well, you know, he says
Morris.
to you, Morris says to you, he needs you to work a triple shift.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to him?
I'm just going to scream at his face,
Yeah,
like, a lot.
and then what?
Ah! And then as soon as he starts trying to speak again, I do the exact same thing, and I just walk out. I'm going. I'm out of this bitch. That's enough trippy working. It's something to do in the air when you sharpen pencils. That clearly gets you high as fuck. I'm not getting involved in this anymore. I'm going to sue for one.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave. I'm going to quit right there.
All
What's his
right.
name again? What's his name?
Morris.
Morris. I'm quitting.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Morris. I'm going to walk out. And again, you can understand me this time because I'm not a baby. Yeah, and then I'm going to walk out leaving him really confused.
And he presses a button underneath. He said, "You better run because the hounds are coming."
Oh, God. I start running.
I think.
Nice.
I think you're out. I think
Nice.
you're safe.
Nice.
I think you did it.
That was really trippy. That was a
Oh.
really weird one.
To just put you in a trippy situation.
That was really trippy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the goo about?
Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, you woke up with a baby head, so
True, that's probably the biggest question rather than
that
what's
should
the
have
goo
been
is.
the biggest question
Yeah,
at that point.
it reminded me of fucking Stranger Things when he was like howling,
Oh,
where like
yeah,
they
yeah,
attract all the other ones, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, I don't want like a load of little like babies with my head like running at me, because like I feel bad about kicking my own head as well as kicking a baby. It's like a double like whammy. Like,
Double was the-
if they're like crawling towards me.
Any baby that puts on 2 pairs of socks deserves to be kicked.
It's in the rules.
those are the rules.
Just kidding.
We're editing out that just kidding bit.
Hey, Thad here, king of the jocks. Offer off, is she legal, bruh? With my new book, Dick Drips and Other Itches. Thad's Guide to Avoiding and Attacking STIs. So come on down, bruh, and free your D. Thad out.
I forgot about Fad's original book, or whatever it was. What was it? Is she legal, bruh?
Yeah.
Is she legal, bruh?
Is she legal, bro?
Yes, that's our second sponsor of the day.
Is she consenting, bro?
She got something, bruh. Up next is a sound intervention.
A sound intervention. This is my favourite part of the week. This is every single week. I'm
Every
like,
single week you say that, and every single week I say.
intervention is coming.
Do you want to explain
my
it because
face.
it is your week?
Yeah, so a sound intervention is a segment we do every week where one of us picks an album of our choice and gives it to the other two, and then we go away for a week, listen to it, review it in our own words, come back the following week and review it on the podcast here, and then whoever's turn it is that week gets an album, and that's so on and so forth until we run out of music. But that will never happen now.
So yeah, last week was.
Jackie boy.
No,
No,
last week was
last
you.
week
Oh,
was
sorry, I thought we were
you.
talking about this week.
We
Yeah.
spoke about Ed Sheeran's
Untitled-
Collab 5
Oh, yeah,
or
Untitled
something?
Collaborations 5.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes.
Which was Victor suggested, and then Jack.
And this week we're talking about Tom Waits's Small Change.
Who wants to start?
I'm assuming we'll save you to the
don't
end.
want to start. I don't
We're
want to
saving
start.
you
It's
to the
my
end.
album, yeah.
Yeah, because then you can rebuttal as
Yeah.
well. Which one of us do you want to start with?
Can I start?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you start.
you can
'Cause
start.
I listened to the album, but I didn't know any of the names of the tracks.
Okay.
Oh, well,
I'll
the
get
sa-
it
I
up
wa-
now. I'll get
Because
it
I
up
listened
now.
to it on YouTube when I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
I
like,
did. I watched. I listened to it straight.
um,
I have picked out a few of them.
Yeah, so I thought it was interesting. Like, I thought it was weird as fuck. I'm gonna throw it out there. Like,
Yeah, but
it was like I'm used to weird shit, but that was pretty like out there, wasn't it? That was like a turtle in Ibiza, you know what I mean? Like just like chilling and having a party.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it'll take time to grow on me, but if it's one of those, if it's a growing album,
Right.
I didn't really give it time. I gave it one listen throughout the whole thing.
Right.
It was pretty weird when they were talking about like the piano is talking.
The piano has been drinking.
Yeah. I thought he was an interesting artist, definitely. I think he's sounds like as free as an artist can be, to be honest. So I like that part of him. But I don't know if I enjoyed it or if it would grow on me. I didn't think like this track here, this track there. Yeah. But it was definitely weird and fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that.
Yeah, I know, because I'm weird and fucked up. And stuff that I write is pretty similar.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
Is that what you wanted to say on it?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I liked it or disliked it. I really don't know how to feel about it after listening to it. My first thing when I first started listening to it was, man, this sounds like a white DMX doing country, like, you know, DMX's voice where they do like the dark. And I was like, this is really weird.
Right.
The thing I liked the most was the storytelling aspect of it. He can tell some really good stories in a really interesting way. My favourite two songs were Step Right Up and The Piano Has Been Drinking.
Yeah.
Like, not me, but that was a really clever concept. I like that idea where he's blaming blaming the piano for drinking, and that's why it's messing up and not him.
Yeah, I didn't let that sink in very well. That's probably why.
It's really good.
Sort of,
I really like that.
It's
one.
worth another listen.
Some of the concepts on here were really good. Step Right Up, I'd heard before, but not his. I heard you do it before, and I really like that one. I think those are my two favourite ones.
Right.
So I found the album really interesting to listen to, from like the stories he was telling. I don't know if I liked like it sonically, like the sound of it, if that makes sense. So I liked some of the, so it's not really instrumentals, but kind of instrumentals, like the whole vibe of it. I didn't necessarily mind his voice being really gruff. I don't know if it's something I couldn't listen. I tried listening to it in one go to start with, straight. I ended up like pausing and doing something else for like 10 minutes and coming back and doing that, and then I did that like 2 or 3 times for it.
Right.
And the first half of the album, I think it's the first half, some of the songs were a tiny bit too long for me.
Right.
But yeah, it was interesting. I can't say I disliked the album, but I can't say I really liked it either. It was a really weird listen. I am glad I listened to it, but I can see why he's like a Marmite character, which I think is what I've gathered from like people, that some people love him, some people dislike him. I didn't dislike him, I didn't love him. It was kind of in the middle. Which I think there's other points I was going to say. I think there's a bit more. But I would be interested to check out some of his other stuff, just because the stories were really fucked up.
Yeah.
But it was like, I was like intrigued to hear what was going to come next. But I'd probably only listen to each of his albums once, because once I've heard the story, it was a really good story, but I didn't then want to re-listen to the same story.
Yeah.
So I've gone through the story, and sonically I wasn't so happy with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of hard to make sense, but yeah.
No,
that's
I
what I
get
thought
what
about
you
it.
mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah, like I enjoyed the stories, but I wouldn't want to keep hearing the same story over and over again without enjoying it sonically. Yeah. That's my main take from it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I'll start by saying it's not my favourite Tom Waits album. I do quite like Tom's work, like, because I quite like the jazz, and he does some really nice, in his early years, does some really lovely acoustic stuff that isn't weird at all.
Oh, okay.
It's really, really, like, it's almost a little bit what's the
Jack
comparison?
Johnson?
Yeah, kind of Jack Johnson-y, Ryan Adams-y.
Okay.
Like really nice acoustic stuff, and then obviously he does a lot of very strange things on this album.
Yeah, it's cool.
But like you say, storytelling, like he's got it down to an absolute T. because he just creates this whole world. So on, what is it, Small Change got rained on with his own 38 about this guy who'd been killed with his own handgun, and it's just like...
That was the thing I was actually going to add to it, was the fact, not like a... like he doesn't describe it like a picture, it's more like a film.
Yeah.
Describes it like a black and white film.
Like a film noir.
Yeah, that's how I pictured most of the songs.
Yeah.
That's what...
A lot of that
That's
flew
what I
over me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I usually listen to music more than once to get it into me.
Yeah.
But
Just something about it that you couldn't wrap your...
yeah,
I really like it. It's really crazy, and I just love the zaniness and a lot of the stuff he takes from it. That a lot of the themes and his style of writing is from, I'd say, he takes heavy influence on Charles Bukowski, which is like a American German poet.
Mm-hmm.
And if you read some of Bukowski's stuff, you're like, oh, I can see where this is kind of echoed into a lot of Tom stuff. It's just really crazy. I can't wait to get off work and see my baby. So that's beautiful. Pastries in a G-string.
Yeah.
Just totally nuts. Obviously Step Right Up about this
That was
fucking amazing salesperson that can just riff.
Yeah.
It's mental. It's really, really mental.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say there's more stuff that's worth listening to. Another couple good points about him is that Heath Ledger took a lot of inspiration from Tom Waits when he making his Joker.
The Joker, I was about to say, you can kind of... in
I
certain
can
moments
feel
of
it now,
the
yeah,
voice,
yeah.
you can kind of tell slightly actually there.
He took
The rust of the voice, I guess, without the actual the bass.
Yeah.
I think I've seen Tom Waits in an interview before, and actually thinking about it, the way he was sitting.
Is it the Australian one where he's smoking cigarettes?
Yeah, and he's proper.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it for people at home the way he was sitting.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting. It was
he high?
He really likes to drink.
Right.
He really likes to drink.
He might have been like slightly in there.
Yeah, he's somewhere in that interview.
Mm.
I really like the album.
Yeah.
Not my favourite Tom Waits
What's
by
your
far.
favourite one?
My favourite Tom Waits album. Oh my god! I like Heart of a Saturday Night, which is really awesome storytelling, but more subtle on the jazz. It's nowhere near as mental. Or I don't know. There's some his Alice in Wonderland themed one is totally fucking.
Oh, I've heard about that from
berserk.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it when we were in uni, and they were doing that Alice in Wonderland themed piece.
Yeah.
And I was like, everybody's done Alice in Wonderland. Why don't you listen to this crazy piece of shit album, and then see if we can, see if you can take some inspiration, maybe. But obviously they pied that off and didn't listen to me.
What are you very happy about is like, I like hearing artists that are not filtered or.
And I think that's that's what I like most about Tom Waits. Is if you listen to the first couple of albums, you're like, this is kind of generic, 1970s jazz,
blending him,
stuff.
finding his voice.
Yeah, and then when you get into like Small Change or Blue Valentine or
You hear that quite a few
Rain
artists
Dogs.
where they're trying to almost mimic someone because of who they've listened to,
Yeah.
and then after an album or two, they've kind of found their own voice.
Yeah, I think he's just given a lot. He just does a lot and just kind of does what he wants, and he's kind
Is
of.
he
this
alive
vaudevillian.
now?
Tom Waits, yeah, he's very
Yes.
old. He's
Yeah.
very, very old now, but he is still alive. He's still kicking. Yes. Yeah.
Well,
That's
that's
all
a
I've
really
got to say
interesting
about
album.
it.
Nice.
Cheers. Jordan, what are you going to choose for this week? What have you got installed for us?
So it's like this is because I listened back to some of our podcasts, or as I've been listening back to them, I've noticed a lot of the time when describing, I spoke about when describing Kendrick and I can't remember who else we were describing before, that I like quite aggressive hip hop. So the album I've chosen does have that on, but it's also the kind of hip hop that's to be more chilled that I enjoy listening to, which is quite rare.
Right.
So it's Joey Badass's latest album, All American Badass.
Right. Yeah.
America spelled with 3 Ks as well, like the Ice Cube version of doing it. So it's kind of it's got a bit of both, but you'll see. I don't want to spoil anything because I have a theory about the album, which I'm going to wait to see if you guys pick up on it when you listen through it.
Nice one.
I think there's something going on with it. Which,
Just get it written down.
I know you guys probably heard some songs from it at different points and whatnot, but
Yeah, I think I know a couple.
Yeah, I know a couple. Yeah.
but yeah, full listen. Bam. And
Just bam
it's
it out.
probably going to be one of those albums where I'll let you guys do a little speak,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to come through with a 30-minute section. Up next is our final sponsor of the week.
Hey, it's Mork from Mork's Emporium here. Are you tired of dingleberries? Are you a lazy wiper? Well, don't panic with my new product, Mort's Butt Mice. These shit-eating yet easily applicable mice will revolutionize your toilet time, making you a happy plopper. That's Mork's Emporium. See you soon.
That's a Mork promise. You're going to be a happy plopper.
That's a Mork guarantee.
I love how we cheer now when Mork, like silent cheers when Mork.
Whenever Mork's here, we
Comes
just
in.
stand up and do a little.
I love Mork.
Oh yeah.
Our final section of this week. I know you're very sad that it's our final section. You're probably crying tears right now. We're going to attempt to, bring one last smile to your face with what can you bring to the table?
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 Do you want to explain this game?
Yeah. So what can you bring to the table is a game that I mean, if you're not familiar by now, then you.
I'd be worried slightly.
Yeah.
But this is for you, Jennifer, first time listener.
This is first time listener. This game we play to and from auditions and shows. We play on the train, we play on the bus, wherever. We interview each other for fake jobs. So we set up a scene and we completely improv it, and then anybody around us that listens in just listen in, and it's either really funny or they think that we're just on day release.
Yeah. So I've just got one point to mention by the podcast before we start this game. I completely forgot and just remembered. I'm not sure if I ever told you guys this on a podcast a while ago, but what I've been doing is not selling our podcast, but advertising our podcast on Tinder. So if I match with someone and say the conversation starts going badly or whatever, I'm just like, oh yeah, I do podcasts as well. So then they go check out the pod. If I'm like, it's probably not going to happen anyway.
It's a viewer.
I'll still be like, hey, check out our podcast.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm going to keep doing that, by the way. And
Please
I'm happy with it.
Please do.
Yeah,
I might make it its own profile. the free fan actors, free for the price of one. Their plate's amazing. But yeah, sorry
Okay,
to add that
right.
in. I remembered that and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I told them that. Like I did that a while ago to a person.
That I'm advertising it via
I'm advertising.
my dating.
Yeah, I even met up with someone. I was like, oh yeah, I've got like a podcast. You should definitely go home right now and listen to it. Like fuck this date, go home and listen.
Okay, I'd just like to say this. I feel this date is going horribly. Okay?
Horribly wrong.
I feel we have little to no connection.
But you might like two of my friends.
So dumb.
This week, on what can you bring to the
dumb,
table?
dude.
It's so dumb, but I just did it and I was like, man, that's got me a view. It's like, if I got anything out of this pointless conversation that I've wasted now, it's a view.
You're sat in a restaurant and the waiter comes over and takes your orders and you're like, I'm really tired this week. I've been doing this podcast and you slide a little piece of paper over to
Man, I slide over to the waiter as well. I'm like, yeah, check this out.
Can I just get the bill? Also, I have this piece of paper for you.
Yeah, I just carry little bits and pieces of paper around with me. I just hand it out to random people.
Please, come in. I heard there's an emergency. Damn straight. Good broadcasting. Come and check out this podcast.
Yeah,
Like 5 armed police officers have just broken into your
just
house.
sitting down around a mini laptop listening. You know what? This is pretty good.
I heard there's a murder. Yes, to bad entertainment.
Boom.
Start like
Start
dabbing.
dabbing stuff in the
Start
background.
dabbing.
I'll just run around screaming.
Oh man.
Cool. Back
It's
on
giving me
tracks.
face. Seriously.
So this week on What Can You Bring to the Table, it is Jackie Boys Go.
Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna.
Enter. Enter.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I'm really. Hello. Just gonna
Hello.
close the door
Alright.
behind me slowly.
So nice to meet you. I'm gonna have to shake you with my left hand. My right one is currently injured, as
okay.
you may well know.
Oh, okay, good.
Just from our latest updates.
Side note: I don't normally shake with my left hand,
Mm-hmm.
so this is probably a little bit awkward and weak. But my my right hand's definitely strong.
Yeah, I hope you are not an awkward and weak person.
No, I'm
Like you look.
definitely
Thank
not.
you.
Great. Okay.
I'm an elbow shaker.
Okay. Great. I'm glad we got that one sorted. Now, I'll just sit down.
Yep.
Here.
So what can you bring to the table, young
Yeah.
man?
So I can, there are many things I can do. I wear many hats.
That is perfect for this role, actually.
Mm.
How do you feel about very, very large hats that could conceal, certain organs?
Oh, well,
We call it helmet for helmets.
Mm-hmm.
it's funny you should mention that. I do have several, if not 8,
Mm-hmm.
large. And I mean comically large. I mean,
Yes, yeah.
I mean like big hats.
Yes.
So I'm fairly comfortable with that.
Mm-hmm. And how comfortable are you at mimicking certain religious leaders? Say, for example, the Pope
Ah, okay.
with his enormous hat.
I don't have a problem with that. I
Very
personally
good.
don't have a
Very
problem
good,
with that. I find his hat ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
if not comical. Am I right? Because you said you wanted me to wear a big hat and play, and what I assume is play the Pope. Now, I
Well,
spent 2 years as the Pope, so I know the
Mhm.
role quite well. Okay.
That did help you on your CV, I must admit, get this interview.
Yeah.
But do you know the end goal of playing the Pope here? I mean, you seem to have done your research, but do you understand about the transplant that happens beforehand? Because we need to see your medical.
And I
records as
did
well.
wonder, reading the portfolio on my way here, there was a piece of text right at the very end on the back page that I would say was unreadable. It was very small.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Shall I explain?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
we
yeah.
kind of hoped you'd already know this, but obviously we've been keeping Hitler's brain ready for when we're able to get a certain someone into a position of power
okay?
where they have a rather large hat which could cover up, any bulging
Okay,
from said brain.
right.
So I suppose our main question is: are you down for the cause?
To the cause.
The cause, yes.
I'd like you to define the cause, if you could.
Let's spitball here.
Okay.
I'm going to say some words,
Okay.
and you just say the first thing that comes to your head.
Okay.
Pizza,
Italians,
Hitler,
Nazis,
banana,
monkeys.
Jews.
Is because I think I know what you want me to say.
Just the first word that comes to your head, please.
First word that nose,
Nose.
Mm.
Camps.
Boy Scouts.
That's, okay, interesting. So any questions you'd like to ask us about this future experience you could be a part of?
Yes,
we're a real team builder.
I now have
builders
some
here.
questions for you.
Yes, yeah.
Are you going to put Hitler's brain
Yes.
in my brain?
That, well, of course, that's
Okay.
the job.
Okay, and are you planning on causing what some may consider the second Holocaust?
I mean, cleansing is probably a better word we're going for here, really.
Okay.
Sorry about my laughter, by the way. I have a very dark, but also light and childish sense of humour.
Okay. I'm gonna.
And I thought I heard you.
Can I just say?
So,
Can I just say?
yes.
Can I just say something? Okay. I'm now not comfortable with this.
I completely understand. It's a very stressful time for you, obviously, with the surgery and whatnot. But you'll be happy to know it'll be over soon. We've scheduled it for now.
Is that why the receptionist took a measurement of my head.
Oh, what did you think she was doing?
I assumed she was hitting on me.
Oh, Carol.
She's up. Well, she does Copperfield.
She does Copperfield. We must admit, our dear Carol.
But she literally measured the circumference of my head.
Standard.
Yeah, I am interested to kind of know why you thought that resulted in hitting on you. But before we get there, anything you would like to add to our interviewee?
You know, muzzle tough.
Okay, all right. I mean, I can get back to you in about a week. I can definitely come back in about a week. Because now's not good. I'm playing polo tonight.
We've kind of booked you in, and so Gary, can you just come in here quick?
No,
please?
No,
Yeah,
totally.
Can you just escort?
Yeah, no, I've got him.
Yeah.
Got
Well,
him.
you know the drill. The usual. This time it'll work though.
Okay,
we
no,
promise.
I'm not comfortable. I'm really.
Oh, it's
Gary,
a dud. It's a
Gary,
dud.
Gary,
Just
I'm
use
really-
just
I'm
use the
really-
cyanide
I'm
capsule
really-
we've done. He's not fitting.
He's just not fitting in really, is he? He'd never get away with it anyway. He's black. I'm so going to hell so many times. I laughed through that way too many times in the mic as well.
But that's good. Okay, that concludes.
Oh,
what
that
we
that
bring to the
concludes
table.
completely. Yeah.
Okay, just as a disclaimer, any of the views.
Oh yeah, any of the characters are not.
Any of the
portrayed by
characters
us.
are not portrayed. Do not represent anything that we believe in.
No.
May have to edit this out.
Yeah, I don't know if this.
No, we don't need to edit.
We'll
no,
see.
don't need to any of it out. It's very funny, but just put into context, put out of
Yes.
taken completely out of context.
I'm
Somebody
slightly
might listen and be
worried
like,
now that if like I get a job, an acting job when I'm older, in like a TV show or something, and this gets brought up
It's going to
again.
be like a Kevin Spacey. Well, I was thinking that. You made me tell that really horrible joke. And I was thinking, like, what if I, like, blew up and I go on the Graham Norton show and he's like, yeah, we found this clip of you and you tell this really racist joke about Jewish people and black people. And I'm on the spot and I'd just be like, well, Graham. Let me tell you a thing or two about comedy. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Literally.
It's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
We're just.
I feel so bad, but I
just
found it
vibing.
funny at the same time.
But that's
so let's
fine. That's
keep
no
going.
problem.
Yeah.
Well, that's been the 8th episode
Yes.
of
The
Three
edgiest
Failing
yet.
Episode. The edgiest yet. Yeah. Jeez. I'm
Yeah.
sure it'll be fine.
You're questioning that.
Yeah.
That was a question mark. That was a heavy question
Yeah,
mark.
we'll talk about it. So if you guys want to contact us, any complaints, or any questions for us, any ideas what we can add in, any music for us to listen to, any improv for us to do, you can contact us
At white supremacist.
at the Free Failing Actors.
Freefailing@gmail.com.
gmail.com. Free, as in the number 3. And yeah, we'll see you next time if we're not arrested. Peace.